Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Cang toys. This is the gold special editions versions of Predacons. This is Hugerhino, which is a third-party masterpiece scale figure of Headstrong. So this is the shipping box that it comes in. A bit bland, but I love the writing on the side. But again, hopefully you're getting used or the gist of the videos I've been doing with these. I just wanted to show you the full contents and just indeed how well they package these particular figures. So even the shipping carton's got the lovely writing on, but then it's what's inside that's really special. These are just beautiful, and again, they've completely blown my mind at the quality of them and how much effort they put into everything. Even the packaging, with the fact that it's reflective, it just feels, you know, real good quality. And this is the third one of the full-size figures that I'm going to be reviewing, and I just can't wait to see it, to be fair, because as I say, these are just blowing my mind. So in this video I've got the other two unboxed, so I'm going to bring them in. We can do a quick comparison with them. I am of course going to bring in the Generation 1 Headstrong figure. We're going to do loads of size comparisons to give you an idea of how big he is, with loads of different toy lines, and we're going to look at him in both of his modes. So I need to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if they'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now please, and also to thank Show Z, because that's, as you can see by the box, where I got it from, and they got him to me quickly and safely. So look, this is how he's packaged. Unbelievable. I'm going to try and weigh a couple of these. I've been asked a couple of times now how much they weigh. They're just because they're just beautiful, even though it's completely all gold, apart from obviously the black and things like that. There's no real other color scheme on it. Just the attention to detail in how well they package it just blows my mind. We've got another sword, which is great. That looks like it can be attached in both modes because we've got that handle. What have we got here on the side? As I said, I've got no experience in these. Two of them. I've not seen any reviews on the originals. I've seen a fully built one at a show. That is about it. So this is going to be amazing. This is all completely new to me. So on the same hand, if I miss anything out, guys, because these figures have been out for quite some time, feel free to let me know in the comments exactly where I'm going wrong, because obviously I want to know as well. So the figure itself, this is how he's come packaged. He's not obviously in full robot mode. It looks like his legs are bent over with some extra protection there. What I'm going to do then is just straighten him all up, get these bits out, and come straight back to you. Okay then, so I've set him free from the packaging, and it's time for some first impressions. Now obviously this might not be how he ends up fully looking in robot mode. We will see that probably at the later stage in the video. This is just how I've took him out of the packaging. So as I say, I don't fully expect him to be fully in his, well, proper robot mode, shall we say. There's probably a couple of things that aren't right. Now the other two things that were in the packaging was another huge gun, which again looks like you can put it on him when he's in his alternate mode, and indeed hold in his hand when he's in robot. And there was this, and I'm of course going to have a look at the instructions in a second to work out what everything is. We've got a tin or metal collector's card again, which I just think is a brilliant little touch. And again, I'm just blown away by, I suppose, the detail and how this thing looks. Let's have a quick look. So these are, yes indeed, real sharp die casts. Lots of die cast in these figures. You can tell, there you go, in the knees, A, because they feel really cold, and B, because of the weight on these. The weight of these really are heavy. I'm not going to fib, they really are quite heavy. This looks like, again, is perhaps not fully assembled because it does feel quite loose. The articulation on him to start off with, though, the head will spin all the way around, look up and down, no issues, no hindrance whatsoever. That is going to fold up there. The arms on ratchets, you can hear, you're going to come up to near enough a T by the looks of it. Oh, they will do. The shoulder guards will lift all the way up to allow the full T, and then even with the shoulder guard on, I mean, these are really stiff. This is going to go all the way around, completely unrestricted. There's a shoulder swivel, there's a bicep swivel and flexion. So what I mean by the swivel is it'll swivel there at the bicep and at the shoulder. That's crazy. Wrist swivel, finger articulation to the knuckles on every single finger. You can already see, because it's spinning around, that there is a waist swivel. There is an ab crunch as well. Yes, there is there. I'm not too sure. Maybe there's not. Maybe that's just the legs moving. The legs have huge hip skirts covering them at the front and the side. But again, they're on ratchets, and they will kick pretty high up, and it will go all the way back by the looks of that. The knees, as I say, something's not right here, but that's because I've just took him out of the box. But there is definitely a knee bend, and there's a huge ankle tilt and rock. So as we would expect, incredibly articulate, incredibly detailed, and this was just the first impressions. So for the rest of the video, we're going to come back, have a look at him in his alternate mode, then we'll get him back in his main robot mode, make sure that we've got everything as it should be, probably readdress the knees, but they seem okay now, and of course see how he looks with all his accessories and do all the comparisons as well. But for the meantime, first impressions as always, blown away, stunning figure, can't wait to see him in his alternate mode. Let's go there now. Okay then, so here he is in his alternate mode, and again, apologies, no transformation process on this video. I'm going to do a huge combining transformation process, aligning everything up. It's probably going to take me about 3 weeks, but I'm going to get one done for you guys because I just can't wait to do it as well. But we're going to have a detailed look at him now, and I've also had a quick look at the instructions as well. And to be fair, just mainly because this is just going to be something spectacular. I wanted to see first and foremost if you could attach any of the swords when he's in the alternate mode, which we've got there, and there's only one image with the gun on the back, which I'm going to show you in a second. Now obviously when we took him out of the box, there was the 3 swords, and the main reason for this is purely to do with combining the huge weapon that he's going to have when he's fully combined. So at the moment, as I say, we can't really use these swords when he's in robot mode. I'm going to have a go at using a few of them, but I just wanted to show you that. So the gun we can then attach with this. So obviously when he's in a robot mode, we can pop that in his hand like that, or like so. But because he's in his alternate, we've got that tab there. There is a big cutout there on his back, and we can just pop that on there like so, which I'm sure you'll agree, again, just looks really, really good. So let's have a look at him then. So again, loads of detail. I love the fact that this would be obviously all the hydraulics inside. You can see all the moving parts. The head itself, now the horns are completely fused, which they should be because you don't want them moving around anyway. The head itself will look up and down. Yes, it does mean that it's going to move off there, but it's fully articulate. You can move it all the way around. The jaw will open, which you can see like so, and as you can just see underneath there, it's a ball and socket on a hinge on a swivel. So to be fair, you can pretty much angle it and position it anywhere you want. The 2 front legs, again, these are completely articulate in the fact that you can maneuver them on them ratchets. You just need to slightly move that out of the way. These will kick forwards and backwards. They will swivel underneath, the knee bend, ankle tilt and rock, full range of motion in all of these here. Same with the hind legs. These will do the same. You can swivel them ever so slightly there. This will bend. These will move about. The tail has got articulation as well, side to side, etc., as you'd expect from this. It really is, as I say, fully articulate, highly poseable, and yeah, again, just looks incredible. I really can't wait to see what this is going to look like fully combined and built up. So let's do just a quick couple of comparisons or size guide, shall we say. There, of course, is the Generation 1 Headstrong figure. And this still, again, these were big figures. I know I keep stating that, but these were big figures for Generation 1. There is a new age, he's got a different name. They normally call him Emi, but because he's shattered glass, I think they've changed his name completely. Nothing compared to that. Absolutely tiny. I've got Masterpiece Trailbreaker here, and again, still huge. I've got Code Red, and again, I will be doing a full collection of all these. I just can't get them all on this particular screen. I might have to go back to the old room and use the stairs to get all of these, doing a full collection, as I say, showcase of all of these. Here's a Generation 1 Grimlock. I haven't got many in alternate modes, to be honest. I suppose I could bring this little guy in just for a bit of fun. That's just to give you again an idea of how big this particular figure is. So I suppose let's just show you some more details on it. So the spikes all here, just to be aware, they are quite sharp. Even though these are plastic, they are really sharp. They are die cast. There's die cast there, and as I say, there's just a lot of weight to this. It does all manage to cover itself up quite well with all these moving panels. And again, I think they do disguise the fact that this is a robot incredibly well. There's not, there's no visible head, there's no visible excuse me, robot hands, or what I would class as visible robot feet, to be honest. I mean, maybe if we're being super picky and overly observant, we could perhaps work out that they, I think, were the feet. I can't remember now, but it just genuinely just looked like a big gold rhino to me. So again, I think they've done an amazing job with that. Right, again, not much more to say about him in this mode. We're going to come back final time in robot mode. We're going to see if we can, I don't think I can, oh I can, we'll be able to put these in each hand. The image I've got of him is holding this on the underside of his arm, but I'm going to show you that all in a second anyway. And I've got the other two in robot mode, so I can bring them in together and of course do some more size comparisons and scales for you as well. For now though, there he is in his alternate mode, guys. Okay then, back for the final time with him in his robot mode. So let's have a look at how he looks with some of his accessories. And I'm pretty sure now that I've got him looking exactly as he should be, and I've sorted out, as I say, what was going on with the knees. But again, it looks really good. Everything is tucked away really nicely, and exactly that, as I say, we saw his articulation in the first part of the video, and I suppose let's take advantage and see some of that. Now, the one thing that I really did want to show you was this picture, and I suppose even more of a reason to show you now why I want to do this picture is because it's not as simple as you'd think. So I saw that picture there of him with the one of the blades underneath, and if you just, which is of course this one, if you take it, what you've got is the traditional masterpiece sort of cutout, and of course the open palm where it would attach. Now what you would normally do, you can see there, obviously he's got the rhino hooves tucked underneath. Now there's no way at all that you can get this to fit with that there. It constantly gets in the way. So what you've actually got to do is just slightly angle the arm a little bit more out under the shoulder, and then correct or change the orientation of the hand. So basically you're going to just completely miss that. So you do have to completely move around the whole part of the hand. So I just wanted to show you that because it's not as straightforward as you think it would be looking at that picture, but that does still look really good. That's just a great idea, and I suppose another little bonus, because of course all of these do combine to form the huge weapon for Thunder King. And of course you can't hold all of these in his hands at once, unfortunately, and I'm still yet to find out exactly what this is for. That should hopefully come in the future, but that is one way, of course, that he can I was going to say, what's the word I'm after? Use his accessories, shall we put it like that? I think that's probably the best. With regards to these though, so these will be exactly the same. They'll be fine. You won't have to adjust or change any orientation. You've got a gold tab there, and this should, let's just move the thumb out of the way. I like the fact that they've got loads of accessories because, again, in true, I suppose, sort of Generation 1 homage is the Generation 1 figures did. The Generation 1 figures had, that looks insane, the Generation 1 figures had two guns and a sword each. So it's nice that these have got, again, a load of accessories a bit like that. And as I say, what I think I've got used to with third-party companies, if these give, Hasbro or Takara the impetus or any ideas to make better ones, better figures, or again to do a real decent Predaking, the Power of the Primes one, or I think it might have been the Titan's Return, whichever one it was, inside the Prime Wars trilogy anyway, it was okay, but I think it could have been a lot better. And again, I know these are masterpiece scales and masterpiece figures, so you pay a premium, but there's obviously a market out there. So I think that Hasbro and Takara could do it. Maybe that should be their next Gestalt after Raiden. Maybe they should go, or Raiden, sorry, maybe they should go for a decent Predaking. That looks spectacular. I've got nothing else to say about that. I'm just blown away. Right, let's do some size comparisons then. So let's do some mainline first. So of course Dreadwing is a leader class, and you can see he's completely towering above him. So let's go with official Hasbro and Takara products first and foremost. So we've got leader, we've got Voyager, we've got Deluxe, we've got core class, and for no other reason, just because it's there, we've got a Micromaster. Funnily enough, I've got loads of official ones here. We've got a WST, World's Smallest Transformer. I've got a Generation 2 Leadfoot, believe it or not, and I've got a couple of others, but what I'm going to do is move them out of the way because of course none of them are designed to even be displayed with these. But I just, again, the reason why I do this, and I know I sound like a broken record for everybody who watches lots of my videos, it's purely because there's so many different toy lines out there. We all collect so many different toy lines in between us, and sometimes it's just easier that way to give you an idea of scale and of size. But there isn't Masterpiece Soundwave. He is taller, the head is taller, obviously with the rhino head on the top it's much taller, but he's just about half a centimeter in overall height taller than him. This is, I suppose, the other interesting one. There's the original Generation 1 version of him. So yeah, massive update, obviously. Right, let's now do some third party size ideas, size comparisons. So we've got New Age, we've got Mech Fans Toys, I think. Then we've got Iron Factory, and we got Magic Square, and we've got, oh, I knew I'd knock him out, Doctor Wu. So of course these are nowhere near, but if you do collect legend scale figures and you are going to move on to these, that's how much bigger or how much more space they're going to take up. So make sure that you're fully aware of just how much more shelf space you are going to need if you do decide to take it to that level. One other quick few Generation 1 figures that I haven't brought in, but just because they're there you go, are the mini bots. And of course we've got to, I need to very quickly transform him because he's in robot from the last video I did, but I suppose industry standard Optimus Prime figure, which again was quite big. All that leaves me to do now is bring in the other two, and let's have a look at the three of them together. Right, just managed to grab them quickly off screen and bring them in here, but you can already see what I was referring to when I start to bring in just one of them, about the lack of space and how much they do take up. And I'm seriously, let me move that gun out of the way. I don't know if worrying's too much of a strong word, but I suppose trying to fathom how I'm going to be able to get a review done of all 6 of these in a collection group in both modes, and then of course doing the huge combining. But I mean, how good do they look already? Absolutely huge, absolutely fantastic. And as I keep saying, and then you probably are getting sick of me saying it, I just cannot wait now. Let's collapse that back to get these all done and ready, do the transformation process videos for you to show you how clever they are, and then of course start the overall huge combining of Thunder King himself. There you go, guys. Anyway, this is Cang Toys Hugerhino, which is of course a Masterpiece third-party scale version of Headstrong. Let me know what you think of them in the comments. And of course, remember, you can get these. They're all heavily reduced now at Show's e-store. So keep your eyes out on that and let me know what you think. Take care.